Coming up on Juice and Java, we'll talk about music stars' response on the Las Vegas shooting.
The recent sexual assault allegations against Harvey Weinstein, the hikes in Netflix prices, and Mental Health Awareness Week here on campus.
And Ali Wall will join us in studio to talk about women in communications.
All of that and more coming up on Juice and Java.
Good morning, I'm Rebecca Thornburg.
And I'm Mia Rossi. Thanks for starting your morning with us. Let's start things off with the squeeze.
As Americans mourn the victims of Sunday's mass shooting in Vegas, questions about the future of the village are rising. Relief efforts are also pouring in. On Monday, thousands of people lined up across the blocks to donate blood to those in need. Generous donations of all kinds have been pouring into the victims and the families of the victims. Along with the response are some celebrities' comments. Katy Perry honored the victims during a concert in New York on Monday and said people need to remember, prayer without action is powerless. Hundreds of volunteers are currently building a memorial park to honor the victims. The park is set to open October the 13th. I think this is so great. This was such a horrible tragedy, and celebrities coming out and talking about it, I think it's so powerful.
And what Katy Perry said about prayer and action is being exemplified in people who are building this park, and I've seen people on social media and on TV who really are taking that action. I think the line to donate blood in Las Vegas was over 3.5 hours.
And people really do, prayers are very important, but people do need to take action. And giving blood is such a great way to do that.
And in other news also involving a music star, Tom Petty, most known from the rock band Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, has died. Petty passed away late Monday evening on October the 2nd after cardiac arrest. False reports of Petty's death spread through the media when he was initially rushed to the hospital early Monday morning. Petty leaves behind 2 children and a wife who he believes saved him from his heroin addiction. In his career, Petty sold more than 80 million records, and he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2002.
It's so sad. He was 66 years old.
Yeah, it was a very sad day in the news on Monday, and we were talking about before the show how even though Tom Petty was a lot older than us, our generation still listened to his music.
And I think his music will be carried on for generations. He really was such an icon in the rock and roll industry.
Yeah, I mean, American Girl, Free Fallin'. Yes. A lot of people know Free Fallin' from John Mayer, but was Tom Petty's song, and is a great song. And as I said, his music will
I'll always remember
survive
that song through him. Definitely.
But it is, also very sad. He's had 2 children and his wife, and we were talking about how, his wife has been such an influential person in his life, saving him from his heroin addiction.
Exactly. And elsewhere in California, Hollywood film executive Harvey Weinstein is being accused of sexually harassing his employees. The New York Times investigated allegations and found claims against Harvey that show he has been harassing female workers for over 3 decades. Weinstein would invite employees to his hotel room and make inappropriate advances. Workers told the New York Times that he would often ask for a massage or ask females to watch him shower. While similar lawsuits in other major companies resulted in millions of dollars for the women affected, females in Weinstein's lawsuits were paid no more than $150,000. I think this is so disgusting. He is so high up in the Hollywood and such a great influence, but now he's just ruined it, and this is disgusting.
And women in Hollywood have been so vocal recently about the pay gap and equality in the industry, and this is just another thing that shows them how there really still is, these horrible, things happening to women in this industry, and unfortunately,
and I think it's
everywhere.
Good they're coming together and vocalizing this, because people need to know and be aware of the things that are happening so it doesn't happen again as well.
And now another, part to the story that, Weinstein is suing the New York Times for this article, so we'll see how that plays out as well. In other entertainment news, those wishing to catch Weinstein's films on Netflix may have to pay a few extra dollars soon. The subscription-based streaming company announced that it is raising prices of 2 of its 3 plans. The most popular plan, which allows subscribers to watch Netflix on 2 screens at once, is being raised from $10 per month to $11 per month. And the premium plan, which lets subscribers watch videos on 4 screens and has better quality video, is being raised from $12 a month to $14. This increase is likely a result of Netflix's decision to spend more money on original content. The new prices will begin on October 19th, but current subscribers will get a 30-day notice before being charged the extra dollars.
I think a lot of people are going to be really upset about this. Like, why are you making me pay more? But Netflix is so
on the flip side of that, they say, you know, people say, I don't want to pay the extra money, but then they say Orange is the New Black or House of Cards are their favorite shows.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a give and take. You want Netflix to have the money to keep, you know, producing this great content, so it is.
They need more money.
Gonna cost
and
them.
My sister's ex-boyfriend will experience this upcharge, but I will not, which is
That's the account you still watch on. He's gonna find out now.
I know. Whoops. SU concludes its Mental Health Awareness Week. The event was hosted by SA, the Counseling Center, Student Assistance, NAMISU, and Active Minds, and took place from October 2nd to October 5th. Monday's kickoff included games, inflatables, and free t-shirts along with a discussion on mental health. On Wednesday, the quad was filled with backpacks to represent the number of college students lost to suicide per year. Thursday's event included therapy dogs on the quad as well as a sunset yoga and meditation class. Throughout the week, students were also encouraged to tie ribbons on the trees on the quad if they or someone they know has been affected by mental health. I think this is so important. SU really does a great job of making students aware and kind of bringing students together that have been affected by this.
And I still remember my freshman year, the first time I saw those backpacks lying out on the quad. I walked by and it was very solemn and I was wondering, what is this? And then when you find out what it is super impactful. So
and
I think that's a great demonstration.
Too, because you can see students were in those backpacks and then you see them on the quad just empty, and it's really powerful and it's really
and unfortunately, you know, this is something that a lot of people we know are affected by. So it's a great week, or was a great week, to come together for this, and we'll continue to do that as well. And the latest recipients of the Nobel Peace Prize were announced on Friday. The prestigious award went to the group responsible for the first treaty prohibiting nuclear arms. The honor went to ICAN, or the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons. The organization was honored for their efforts in advancing negotiations for the treaty, which was reached in July at the United Nations. The Norwegian Nobel Committee stated that the organization is receiving the award for its work in raising awareness of the dangerous consequences of using nuclear weapons. This could not be more relevant now with, you know, what's unfortunately been going on in North Korea. So
yes, and I don't think people realize, you say nuclear weapons and oh, that's bad, but how destructive they actually can be. And I think it's bringing awareness to people. But like nuclear weapons, it's great they did this.
And it's important, I think, that we're seeing this nuclear weapons in the news in a positive way, that here are these people who are trying to stop it. Like, this is something that is unfortunately affecting us, possibly, you know, in the news.
Hopefully not.
It's always in the news as something that's a bad thing, and this is, you know, puts the, okay, here are the people that are trying to stop it.
And after the break, Citrus's own Allie Wall is in studio.
We'll tell you about the new organization, Women in Communications. Allie is starting here on campus.
Stay with us.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
Get some drinks.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
You go and step out of the vehicle for me?
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Gear up, guys.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Rebecca, a few years ago, Sheryl Sandberg came out with her book Lean In, and it had a great message about empowering women.
Yes, and Allie Wall wants to do the same here on campus. So Allie, can you tell us about the Women in Communications you've started?
Yeah, so I felt like we didn't have a group like this on campus. We have a lot of groups that are specifically journalism, specifically PR. We have women in technology, so I felt like this was something we didn't have on campus, so why not bring it to our campus?
And what was the process of, I know it's a long process to get an organization here on campus. What was that like for you?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the semester, we had a lot of deadlines we had to meet. We have to have a certain amount of e-board members, a certain amount of general body members, had to get an advisor to help us through the whole process. Then we had to fill out an application, create a whole constitution, which is a lot harder than you might think, and then hand that all in, have an interview, and kind of go through the whole process.
That's amazing. So who can be a part of this club?
Anybody who can be a part of this club who has any interest in communications. We're going to be focusing specifically on women empowerment, but anyone can be a part of it. If you're in comm design, if you're in CRS, if you're in Newhouse, whatever you might have an interest in, you can come on out.
And what kind of events will Women in Communications be doing? Is there going to be weekly meetings, speakers, stuff like that?
Right now we're still kind of building what we want this club to be exactly. We're thinking of networking events to kind of build the network that people have, so when they're going into the professional field, this is something that can help them. Have resume workshops, speakers, a book club. We got a lot of options that we have, and we're going to try and do as much as we can.
And how can students get involved in this?
Well, we have our first general interest meeting on Monday. It's 8:30, Newhouse 1, room 102, so they can come out to that and see what our group is all about, and then kind of keep coming to meetings. We have an email listserv that people can get on, and we'll email out whenever we have meetings and whenever we have different functions going on, and just come out to that and join us.
And how has your experience sort of in college and in the professional world through internships, did that motivate you to get this group here on campus?
Right. So I actually received a scholarship about 2 years ago from New York Women in Communications, which we're not affiliated with them in any way, but that inspired me to start, this is a professional group for Women in Communications, why not have a group for college kids here on campus that can kind of filter into things like that, so that was definitely a big inspiration for me. I also have friends at Ithaca College who started a similar group, so they've been a big help in kind of making the groups kind of bounce off each other.
And what do you plan to change here on campus by having this organization here?
I think we can change how women kind of see themselves now in education and communications, and then moving themselves into the professional world. We just want to empower women to see that this is something that you can totally be a part of and you can totally bring into the professional world and still be empowered and still love what you're doing. And it may be an intimidating thing to go into communications in the professional world, but we're all in it together and we're all going to do it great.
Yeah, as a senior, and we all are as well, going out into the working world in just a few months, to have, I would think, to have this organization like Women in Communications and a group of people that you can go to for just, hey, this happened at work, what can I do about it, even after they graduate, I'm sure is an important part of what you want to do as well.
And even as a freshman, I can remember being a little fish in a big world.
Oh, yeah.
And an organization like this would probably really make me want to get more involved on campus and really just make me realize I am here and I love what I'm doing, and other women are too, and kind of feel. And I'm so excited for this. I think it's gonna be
that's
great
what we're really hoping that's what it'll be, and we hope everyone's really excited.
Well, thanks for joining us, Allie. We can't wait to see what great things Women in Communications does.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And when we come back,
Outsiders in the studio.
They will update us on all the latest fall fashions and how to prepare for Syracuse's harsh winters.
We'll be back.
so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Got a quarter? Welcome back to Juice and Java.
Mia, I'm loving all the fall fashions we're seeing on campus right now.
But still sometimes I wake up in the morning, especially with this weird weather, not knowing what to wear. Luckily, we have some people.
Yes, we have Kate Adams and Gina Giudice, the Syracuse University campus ambassadors for LL Beam, here to show us what we can improve on our wardrobes for the fall. Ladies,
thanks for coming in to help us.
Yes.
Having us.
The spread looks incredible. Can you describe what you have for us?
Maybe we'll start out with the tops or the jackets.
So the top is the pullover. It's like a sweater fleece pullover, and it's literally my favorite thing from LL Bean right now. It's perfect for trying to look cute with your bean boots, or if you have an 8 a.m. and you just need to dash to class. It's perfect for everything, and it's so warm.
And it's so soft and breathable. That is like the most important thing.
You're not like
now
sweating.
This one looks like maybe like a rain jacket type thing.
So that is actually the Luna jacket, and is perfect for the Syracuse fall weather because it is such a transitional item. You know, sometimes you walk out for your 8 a.m. and it's freezing cold, but then you get to class or like later out in the day, it jumps up to 70 degrees. So it's really breathable, nice transition. So it is warm, but it's not going to give you too much warmth where you're like running to class and you're sweating. And
it's my favorite fall jacket right now.
And the bean boots. These are the most classic item LL Bean has. Why should Syracuse buy these boots in particular?
They're the warmest boots by far.
And you can get them with fur lining as well.
I actually have fur lining in mine. I bought the insoles with fur lining in them. So they originally
really
didn't have
perfect.
That's amazing.
So these ones right here are the Gore-Tex Thin Solates, and they are perfect for the Syracuse winter. I would not have survived without them. And the reason why I love the bean boots so much is I lived on the Mount last year. Those stairs were heinous. And the bean boots were it was really easy to walk like up all those stairs in those, whereas other boots, you know, they're kind of big, they're kind of clunky.
So I know we're talking fall fashion and sunglasses are usually for the summer, but I see we have these as well.
I think sunglasses are for all seasons. A little bit. I mean, it's always hashtag be an outsider. Might as well promote that.
And how did you guys become, excuse me, brand ambassadors for LL Bean?
So there was actually an application process and an interview process over the summer with the Newbridge marketing group for LL Bean. And so we applied, interviewed, and we got to go to Maine and learn all about LL Bean.
And so now what are your sort of responsibilities here on campus besides telling us how to?
We promote the brand on social media. And
then we try to visit different student organizations and really just bring brand awareness. You know, a lot of people on campus already know about the bean boots, but they do not know how like awesome these flannels are.
Or the jackets.
Right.
Or
moccasins. The vest that we're wearing right now. Like people don't know about that stuff, and so that's what we're kind of here for.
It looks great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll have some new trends to carry with us in the fall.
Definitely.
When we come back, Aodhan Doyle will update us what's happening with baseball this October.
Stay with us.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Juice and Java. Mia, are you excited about baseball playoffs?
You know what, I am. It's an exciting time of the year.
Well, I'm a wicked big Sox fan, but unfortunately, a huge Yankee fan is in studio to tell us all about the MLB playoffs.
Rebecca and Mia, but Yankee fans have certainly seen some better days. After an expectation exceeding 91-win regular season, the Yankees took down the Minnesota Twins in the American League wild card game for the team's first postseason win since 2012, which on 161st Street is an eternity. Their reward, the Cleveland Indians, fresh off a World Series appearance last year and a 102-win regular season, good for the best record in the American League. After being shut out in Game 1, New York faced an even tougher challenge last night in Game 2. Corey Kluber, the likely American League Cy Young Award winner, got the start for the Tribe, while the Yanks turned to CC Sabathia, a veteran lefty old enough to be some of the players' fathers. Advantage Cleveland, right? Not exactly. The Yankees chased Kluber from the game in just the third inning, tagging him for 6 runs, or the same number of runs he allowed in the entire month of September. Sabathia held Cleveland at bay before being pulled in the 6th inning with an 8-3 lead. If you're looking for a turning point, though, look no further than that call to the bullpen. With 2 outs and 2 runners on base, a Chad Green fastball looked to hit Indians outfielder Lonnie Chisenhall in the hand, and Chisenhall was awarded first, loading the bases. Replays showed, however, that the ball actually hit the knob of the bat, deflecting into the catcher's mitt. Despite having 2 challenges in the bank and catcher Gary Sanchez indicating the foul tip, Yankees manager Joe Girardi chose not to challenge the call, which, if overturned, would have ended the inning. No challenge, no out, and 1 batter later, Francisco Lindor launched a grand slam to right field. With all the momentum back on Cleveland's side, Jay Bruce tied the game in the 8th inning, and Yan Gomes won it in the 13th with an RBI single to left. With their backs against the wall, the Yanks return home tomorrow night for Game 3, and it'll be Masahiro Tanaka's job to keep New York's season alive. While they're not dead yet, teams that have dropped the first 2 games of the series have come back to win the next 3 just 7 times in league history. After last night's crucial mistake, the Yankees might be playing for their season, but with an expiring contract, Joe Girardi might be managing for his job.
Coming up, we will have Zach Allen update us on the best pumpkin spice food and drinks this fall.
Don't change that channel.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Welcome back. We have Zach Allen to talk about my favorite flavor of the season, pumpkin spice.
And I'm not a pumpkin spice girl, but let's see if he can persuade me.
October is a beautiful time of year. The leaves are changing, you can go apple picking, but the best thing of all, pumpkin spice is back, baby. Now, I'm a huge fan of the seasonal drink, but this year more than ever, I've been getting a lot of hate for it. I have guys asking me, why do you drink such girly drinks? And do you want a pair of Ugg boots with that pumpkin spice latte? No, I do not. Look, guys, I get it. No matter how hard you try, you can't sound manly when ordering from Starbucks. I usually go for the deepest my voice will go, but still, when you order something like a venti caramel drizzle frappuccino, it just doesn't sound masculine. I get it. Here's the thing though, guys. Give pumpkin spice a try. Just going to Starbucks is a great way for you to talk to girls. A girl will probably approach you and ask you what you're drinking. And I'm here to tell you, you can tell them with confidence that it is a pumpkin spice latte. Let's say that this girl, though, is a pumpkin spice hater. You have two options. One, walk away. You probably don't want anything to do with her. That is a huge red flag, and it must not be ignored. But if you are brave, you can try to convert her to a pumpkin spice lover. So to all the ladies out there today that hate pumpkin spice, listen up. You realistically will not like pumpkin spice because of me. But maybe your idol Beyonce can help you out. Yeah, that's right, Beyonce. You see, rumor has it back in the day, Queen Bee fought hard to name her popular all-girl group the Pumpkin Spice Girls. I guess the copyright infringement from the actual Spice Girls got in the way, but if you listen closely to their hit song Jumpin' Jumpin', it's meant to be about pumpkin spice lattes. You know, because it's 11:30 and you need some pumpkin, pumpkin. So all you single ladies, stop hating. Start sipping. And if you just so happen to be a girl that likes pumpkin spice, or maybe you haven't tried it yet and you want to, well, you can hit me up sometime. On a serious note, though, I feel like I should address my biggest hater. Dad, I'm sorry, man. They're really good, okay? I promise I go to the gym after I have a PSL to make up for it. Plus, you'd be happy to know that they actually offer me a great way to talk to girls. Like, watch. What's up, guys? So, are you guys pumpkin spice lattes?
I'm not, and now after that, I'm thinking it's the reason I don't have a boyfriend.
It might be.
Honestly, on August 28th, pumpkin spice comes out, and I am the first one in line at Dunkin'.
Okay,
it is the best.
I used to be
It's
a
worth
hater,
it.
but let me try it.
Let's see it.
It's worth it.
Moment of truth right here.
You know what? Thank you, Zach. It could be my it
We're
could
changing
be
lives
a
out
new
here.
drink.
We're changing lives out here.
And that's all we have for Juice and Java this morning.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow Citrus TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Rebecca Thornburg.
And I'm Mia Rossi.
See you next week, Syracuse.